I'm gonna walk you through step by step how I run Facebook ads for my local business SMMA clients so you can steal these methods and just use them for your own agency. I have firsthand seen these exact methods work in 99% of niches. The only different part is going to be the actual creative part, like the images and the words you see on the ads. So, in order to help you guys out with that, I'm going to give you guys my personal framework on how I steal winning images and videos in every niche that's actively working in 2024 and going into 2025. And just for a bit of context on who I am, my name is Levi. I started my agency a couple years ago when I was still in my dorm in college. Since then, we've scaled it. I've dropped out of school, and right now we're hovering around 50K a month in revenue. All right, let's get into it. At this point of the video, I'm assuming that you already have onboarded your client. You have access to their ad account. If you need help onboarding, just DM me on Instagram and I'll send you my guide on how I onboard my clients. But after you've onboarded them, let's go ahead and go into the Loom on the computer and I'll walk you through how to create a campaign. And then after we've done all the targeting, all the actual Facebook stuff, I'm going to show you how to create a winning ad for any niche in SMMA. All right, so we're in a brand new ad account right now. Let's go ahead and move the Loom thing over here. And the first thing, whenever you open up an ad account that you're going to do, you're going to go to the top left right here where it says this green create button, and we're going to create a new campaign. Buying type, all this new ad or ad set stuff, you don't have to worry about it for now. We're going to leave it at auction. It's what it automatically always goes to. And for most clients, for 99% of people, your goal is going to be leads. So go ahead and click that right here. You don't have to worry about anything else for now. Let's click continue. After this, Facebook is going to have you choose a campaign setup. It's going to have one where they give you a bunch of stuff that they already want you to do that they're pushing you to go into. And then they're going to have one that says manual leads campaign. We're always going to do manual leads campaign. The first one with recommended settings, you always end up spending more for less. That's why they push it. However, with manual leads campaign, it does really, really well because it allows us to have more control. So we're able to maximize the budget that we're putting for. Let's go ahead and press continue. All right, so the campaign, I don't really have a specific strategy for naming them. We can just call this my first campaign or my first SMMA campaign, for example. Special ad categories right here. Honestly, for most niches, we're just going to be able to skip over all of this stuff. Buying details, buying type is always going to be auction. Buying objection is always going to be leads. Advantage campaign budget, keep this off. A/B test, keep this off. I'm not going to go into detail, just know that I don't do that and it makes my clients a lot of money. So after we already have this, you'll notice the only thing that you actually did is you named the campaign here. You selected the buying type of auction, which is how we're keeping it. And then your campaign objective, we're keeping as leads right here. Go ahead and select next. And it's going to take us from that campaign level at the top to the ad set level. All right, so the first part is going to be the conversion event. It usually defaults to Messenger. We're going to click instant forms. There's a couple reasons we do this, but it really ends up being the most easy native way to collect information on Facebook. If you don't understand what this is yet, don't worry at all. I'm going to fully explain forms later in the video, and we're going to walk through how to actually create one. So now that you've selected your conversion event for instant forms, go ahead and scroll down to your Facebook page right here. As you can see, we have a lot of Facebook pages right here because we have a lot of clients. I'm going to have to blur all of this out. But select the page for your client. You should have that right here. And then you'll be able to accept the terms. So if you haven't done this on a brand new page, you're going to click view terms, you're going to click accept, and then it's going to allow you to continue. The next step is going to be the performance goal, how you measure success for your ads. And there's a couple different options here. We're just going to maximize number of leads. Conversion leads doesn't really matter, just maximize the number of leads. Don't have to worry about anything else. Cost per result goal, don't touch this. It's not going to help you. Click show more options right here. Delivery type, keep it standard. You don't have to touch any of this stuff at all. Dynamic creative, also keep this off. It's not something we're going to be looking at. And then for catalog, honestly, just skip it. This is not something we ever really look at. After catalog though, this is where you're going to select your daily budget. This is somewhere where I see a lot of people go wrong. Depending on the niche, this is going to differ a lot, but for most niches in agency, your minimum per day is going to range anywhere from $30 a day all the way up to $60 per day. I know you think it's a lot of money. Oh, 50 bucks a day, that's 1,500 bucks a month. But when you pitch it to your client in a way that doesn't sound like a lot, trust me, they're not at all going to be worried about that amount. So after you select your daily budget of what you've agreed upon with your client, which is usually 50 bucks, leave the scheduled date the same. So if the scheduled date, in this case, December 3rd, 2024, at whatever time this is, leave it there. Never set an end date. You're going to be constantly monitoring these ads, so you won't really need to do this. And having an end date is going to really, really mess up your results. Just make sure that you're always monitoring your account, and if they want to pause, you're able to pause it for them. Budget scheduling, don't touch this. Ad scheduling, don't touch this. Audience controls. So this is where you're actually controlling so the image and the words and everything that we're going to make later. This is deciding who we're actually going to put these in front of with your decided upon budget right here. In order to do this though, we have to go down here, click switch original audience options, click use original audience. And this is a little secret thing that Facebook doesn't want people to know about. They say you actually get more detailed targeting information. So for most local businesses, you're not going to be working in the entire United States. So you go here. Okay, so most of the time, so let's go ahead and put in a location right here, Dallas, Texas, and then the service area. For some niches, they're going to be larger. For example, in roofing, you can operate in 50 miles, but if it's a med spa, it might only be 10 or 20 miles. It really depends. Decide the service area on the onboarding with your clients if you don't already do this. So now that we've decided the actual area that we're going to be showing these people into, and if there's multiple areas, you can stack it as well. For example, maybe they have a branch in Dallas and then they have another one in Austin. Go here. Austin, Texas, say it's only 25 miles in this case, and then you can zoom out and then see that there's both. And then quick little lesson here for you guys as well. If you have like a small part that you don't want to include, for example, maybe your client doesn't want to work in this area, you can go ahead and go right here, and it's going to create another one at this pin, and click exclude. And then so for that, I don't know, whatever, 20 miles, that means the leads will not show in that area. If it's just like a really bad part of town, or maybe they have competitors there or whatever, they don't want to work there, you can always drop a pin and exclude that area with this red part, and the ads won't show there. But moving on though, 99% of the time, your area is just going to look like this, where it's just this big area right here. You can put in the city, the miles, and you should be fine. Reach more people, don't select this. I never select that. Age, this really depends on the demographic for your niche. For me in roofing, a lot of the time, these people, they're starting out, we're looking for homeowners. We're just looking people anywhere from the age of 30 all the way to 64. The reason we don't do 65 plus is because there's a lot of dead people with Facebook accounts that we would be paying to target with that. So we go anywhere from 30 to 64. However, for other niches, for example, detailing or med spas, sometimes they're a little bit younger. In detailing specifically, you can do like 18 to 40. Really depends on whatever it is for your niche, really. And it's just kind of common sense. Try and keep it as large as possible, though, within reason. For gender. For me, in roofing, both men and women, the husbands and the wives, are both looking for roofers. In other niches, it's going to be different, though. For example, if you're in med spa, you're going to be targeting primarily women. So just click women. And if you're in detailing, it's probably going to be mostly men that you're looking for with, nicer cars, nicer trucks that they geek out about. It really just depends. If you're just starting out and you're not sure, a safe bet is to just go all. And then for advantage detailed targeting, I honestly always leave this blank. There's a lot of people that use this. I don't. When you're able to make good ads, Facebook shows them to the right people. and you can just leave them there. This says reach people beyond your detailed targeting selections when it's likely to improve. I leave this on. It makes everything easy. And then for languages, just go ahead and go in here and edit and choose the language you want. For most of us, it's going to be English. Just click English all and it should work. For run A/B test, don't click this. It's not worth it. For placements, there are two options that you guys can do. Option number one, just leave it exactly the same as this. And then for placements, the thing that's been working the best for me and my clients recently is to just not test this at all. So there's obviously a lot of other options right here. And even once you click this and you click on manual placements, there's a billion different things that open up right here, right? But honestly, just keeping it simple, Advantage Plus Placements has been working the best for all of my clients recently. But with that being said, that is the whole ad set level. Also, if you look at this on the right hand side right here, it's going to give you a lot of audience around audience definition. Don't really pay attention to this. It might say your audience is too small or your audience is a good size. Facebook has no idea what they're talking about here, and they can scare you if you're being a beginner. Don't listen to this. Just do what you've agreed on with your client as long as it follows this rules, and you guys will be okay. As a recap, we just named the ad set. We said we're going to be wanting people to go to an instant form, which is a thing that they can fill out to collect their information. This is the name of the page that we're going to be going with. The goal is going to be to maximize the number of leads. Don't touch all of this stuff. Daily budget, anywhere from $30 to $60 per day. Generally on 40 to 50 a day should be fine. Start date, leave this the same. Don't set an end date. Don't touch this stuff. And your audience will be selected by going here, click more audience options, and plugging in everything here that makes. All right, so now that we got the ad set down, now it's time to actually create the ad. And the ad level is less so targeting, it's less the options on Facebook that you need to be worried about. We'll run through that really quick. But most of what we're actually going to be doing as far as creating an ad is going to be done on this document right here. So, and we'll get into that in like 2 seconds. So first of all, name the ad. Name this correlating to something that's different about the ads, because usually you have 3 different ads per ad set, each ad having a different creative. And watch this back, you'll understand what it means the second time. Your page is going to be right here. You don't need to worry about this at all. You can still run on Instagram from a Facebook page. You don't need to worry about that. For ad setup, just leave it here where it says create ad. Single image or video, never do carousel ads. Leave multi-advertiser ads checked. And then when you set up your ad creative, that's what we're going to do right here. But before we do all that, before we set up the ad, I want to help you guys create a lead form. So to do that, and this stuff down here doesn't matter at first. Right, initially, we're just going to go to the create form button right here. We're just going to call this lead form 1, just for the example. We're going to click more volume. At least at first, this is like the biggest thing that we're looking for as far as bringing in more leads. After you have this, you're going to go to the next step. And there's a couple different options here. You can, 1, reiterate the offer right here, which I'll explain more so in this document in a second. But most of the time, if you're just wanting to get in initial leads for your client in a super easy way, we're going to go ahead and just remove this greeting. And that's going to take us to this questions aspect. And this is where we're actually going to be actually filling out the form. So with what we have here, we're able to essentially just push people from the actual creative, send them to this part of the form, and skipping all the greeting and everything else like that. And this is where you collect their information. So anything that you actually need for your client, most of the time we do full name, email, contact field, and then phone number. And then don't click these. We want to make sure that they're actually mandatory. And sometimes you need some kind of contact information like a zip code. But honestly, just to get the most amount of leads in at first, just to make it as easy as possible, just do full name, phone number, and email, because that's the bare information that you need to be able to get a hold of them. Because once you call your clients' leads for them, you'll always be able to ask their zip code from them. So I'll honestly go ahead and remove this one for now. And yeah, these are the basic questions. For a description, it says let people know that how the information is going to be used or shared. The only thing you need to put here is please fill out the form. Put their name, put their phone number, and put their email. Okay, so now that you have the actual questions down, they'll give you enough information to actually contact them and call them, where you can get their address, zip code, anything else your client needs from there. The next step is going to be the privacy policy. So you're going to have to either create a custom privacy policy for every single one of your clients, or you can use the template that I have. So I'm not going to include it in this video. If you guys want that, again, just go to my Instagram and DM me saying that you want the privacy policy template. It's the one that I use for every single one of my clients, what I always give to everyone. Just shoot me a DM and ask me for it. For the link, you can just go ahead and we're just going to put this in here for now as a placeholder. And then for the link text, you can see it's going to show up on the right hand side right here, whatever you type. So after you include this, which again, ask me for it if you don't already have one, your message for the leads, this is actually a very important part. Just wait. You're gonna wait one last step. And it's gonna say like something like schedule your free call below for XYZ service. So for me in roofing, it's schedule your free inspection below and our team will be in touch. So call. So this can be a call, can be a demo, consultation, whatever your client is looking for, schedule your free X below. And then also, after you have all of that stuff done, go ahead and do not click this right here if it's an option for you. And then from there, just go ahead and create form right here. So this form actually won't work because of those fake links that we ended up using. Now it's time to actually set this up right here. So the only thing that we haven't set up is this set up creative option. We're going to go with image ad. And here it says it's looking for a primary text, a headline, a description, and a call to action. And then the next thing it's looking for is an image. I'm going to go ahead and go back. These are some old ads that we'd made for this account. I'm going to explain what all of these are right now. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to create an ad. We're going to go over a couple different examples for med spa, for roofing, for chiropractors. But if your niche isn't on this list, I'm also going to show you how to steal winning ads from other people who are actively winning with them right now in SMMA. So the targeting, obviously, I've already showed you that in the video, but the offer is the biggest portion. The offer is the biggest portion of ads. The person who has the best offer is going to get the most leads, the most quality leads for their clients. And here's some examples of offers. So for roofing, this is one that works really well. Like a lower price for the area for the new roof. That's like a really great offer. People obviously want a lower price for their roof. Another low price type one for chiropractors in the chiropractor niche. For example, $47 for an adjustment. Here's an example of that one right here down at the bottom. For med spa, I know it's a really popular niche. 20 units of Botox for $179. Obviously, that's a good one. There's higher ticket treatments as well, but that's a decent offer. Go solar for no out-of-pocket cost with government programs and free programs and things like that. Obviously, that's going to get people to click. The only pay-per-close deal. You've seen this in marketing agencies. A lot of people run this to get clients for their own agency, and it works really, really well. However, after you have your offer, you know what you're getting in front of them. The creative is the next biggest step. All right, so now that we're at the creative section, the creative is really just to showcase what your client is doing, and you should be testing a lot of these. These are a couple ones that I've seen do well. This is not mine, honestly. I just found it on Ads Library, which I'll tell you about in a second. But the reason why creatives like this work in most niches, because it shows that one, the roofer was trusted by the by their client. They have their branding right here in the front, and then in the back they have their service, which is a really, really, really nice roof that they just put on for them. And so when people see that, they go, okay, I know what this ad is about. It's about a roof. Then this is a roofer and they're selling roofing. So you should immediately know what you're looking at, right? This one right here is for chiropractors who help with knee pain, essentially. And obviously they're helping out with the knee. You can tell it's a chiropractor and they're helping them out. And it's all this other, there's graphics on it showing kind of the credibility. So they're FDA cleared. Also, you can see right here, there's a little bit of that headline, which I'll talk about in a second. The headline is essentially just a few words that showcase your offer that get the client to click the ad. So this right here, this is the actual creative, which is an image. This part is the headline. So breakthrough $47 knee pain treatment. It's the few words that get the offer and get the people to actually click. For example, right here, or in roofing, a lower price for a new roof. Picture this photo right here, and then instead of this, it would say 8997 for a roof. People are going to see this photo, go, okay, I'm looking for a roof. This person just bought a roof with this company, which means I can trust them. Oh, I can also get a new price. Then they're going to click that button right there. The primary text portion of it, this is a longer paragraph actually explaining the benefits of your client service, why they're different, how they can help the consumer avoid pain points, etc. And here's an example that you guys can steal for roofing if you want. You can pause the video, you can do whatever you want to do. But let's go ahead and use this information to build out the ad. After I do that with you guys, what we're going to actually end up doing is I'll show you how to steal ads from the ads library so you can kind of just test things before you start innovating in your own niche. Okay, so now we're back at the ad level. We're going to go ahead and set this up right here. We're going to grab our primary text from this ad right here. You're going to get the best results. Turn all of these off, always. You never, ever want to allow Facebook to do this, because when you're testing, you only want to test one thing at a time. Also, for the primary text, your offer, which is the same thing as your headline, should be a similar thing at the very, very beginning, because your offer should be so many places within the ad. So you can see it's going to be 8997 for a roof right here, and in the headline as well. And then in the photo in the middle, you're going to be able to see the actual ad. So we're going to plug this in right here. Make sure you turn these other variables off. We do not want those on. For your headline, we're going to go ahead and create this. It's going to be a short thing that we're using that's going to, showcase the actual offer. Again, this is going to change niche to niche. I'm going to put this right here. Don't do any headline options at all. And then description, honestly, we just leave the description blank. And then for call to action, click learn more. And make sure or have it be the same as this. So for roofing, get quote and learn more are the two most popular ones. Whatever you say in this, match it with this one right here. So we can put get quote, but honestly, we're going to change this to learn more for now. Cool. All right, so your ad is going to be right in here. Go ahead and click on it. Click on next. Obviously, this is just a screenshot for the purpose of the ad. Make it more high quality if you're actually going to do it. But I want to make this worse so you guys don't just exactly copy this image. One-to-one is usually the best one. If you want to crop it and make it more so it's just what we want people to see, we can. Click apply, original, and original right here. Don't do these other placements. And then click next. And then we're going to click skip and continue. And we need to make sure all of these optimizations that they're going to be off. Sometimes things like text improvements, they keep them on, turn them off. And then all optimizations, standard enhancements, look at these, they're hiding it. So add overlays, turn that off. Visual touch-ups, turn that off. And make sure music is off as well. What this does is it adds in weird music, weird text, things that you didn't actually make into your ad, which is going to make them in turn look very, very bad. But after you've done that, that's pretty much it as far as actually creating the creative. Again, I know I went through this pretty quick, so if you need to go back and actually pause these, go for it. I know it definitely took me a few times of watching videos like this when I first started. All right, so as you can see, the ad is all created right here. The primary text is in the primary text right here. All of this is off, none of them are selected. Headline is in there, as you can see right here, and there's no description. And the call to action, oh, that didn't actually load properly. The call to action should be learn more right here. What's going to happen is that your clients that we decided who we're targeting from right here, they're going to see this ad. They're going to recognize, oh, it's okay, a photo from X niche. I know what they're talking about. They're going to read this headline. Oh, it's a good price for a roof. And then they're going to read more in this primary text. And then they're going to click learn more. And then that learn more is going to take them to this lead form 1 that we just created. And they're going to give you their information. And that's everything you need to do to actually create an ad for your client. However, I know at this point you guys are saying, Levi, you didn't really cover my niche. The targeting is great. You showed me how to actually make a primary text, make a headline, things like that. But how am I supposed to figure that out for my niche if you didn't necessarily talk about it right now? Well, let me show you. I've helped a lot of people in various different niches to find winning headlines, primary text, even offers and images for their ads. And this is how we do it every single time. So if we scroll to the bottom of this page right here, there's this link. It's called Ads Library, and it's a link where you can actually look at Facebook on all the active ads that are running on the platform. And what you do is you go make sure this is in the United States if you're in a different country, and you're going to click on all ads. And then you can see right here the things I was looking up to find the things for this ad, what's doing well. So say you're in the med spa niche and you wanted to learn which ads were performing really, really well. So you're going to go in here and just type in med spa. And you can start clicking on just various different options that they have in here. So this client, it was the first one to pop up when you put in med spa, Light RX med spa. They call out, as you notice, like the market. This is kind of what they're talking about with their services, and this is their offer. These are some of the images that they're using, and you can see, okay, 60% off Black Friday special. This is their headline. This is their offer. And then if you want to see what's actually kind of in their lead form, what you can do is click See Ad Details, Additional Assets from the ad, and then right here you can see everything they used in their lead form, as well as their privacy policy, their links, and everything like that. This is some secret sauce that people didn't actually tell you. So their text on the lead form, it says, schedule your free consultation today. Look and feel your best with a little assistance from your medical staff at X place. And then this was their offer. So they put their offer again in the lead form, up to 60% off laser lipo, limited time offer. And then they asked for the name, email, phone number, and zip code. And they said, we'll be contacting you shortly on that last page where they were going to go book. So that's an example there. This might be a good thing, but these people might also suck. So what we're going to do is just type in med spa as a whole. And this is going to pull up every single ad with the niche that you're looking for in it. So all of these ads are from med spas or have med spas in them. And you can just read these and scroll for honestly an hour, 2 hours. You'll kind of start to understand certain things that pop up over and over again. And make sure when you're doing this that for languages, you're looking at English. And then for active status, you're looking at active ads, 2 months. So from October to December when I'm filming this, these are winning ads that have been on for a while because they're active and they've been on. So you can see these are the ones that are actually going to be doing well. So just scroll for a while and see when you start to see the actual commonalities between these ads from their offers, from the types of images they're using and things like that. We can do another niche, HVAC. Or heating and air companies is essentially what the niche does. So you go to here, you go to filters, all languages, you go to English, media types, active ads, and then let's go to 10 October 2024. Essentially like the last 1 to 2 months. So it would be October or November until right now. And so we're going to see all the ads that have been active and running for that time. The longer you scroll down, the longer those ads will have been active. So we can already start to see most of these ads, they have the heating unit in them. So there's one right here, there's one right here. And their offer is like some kind of savings, as you can see. These are two different companies, um, but they're talking about like reducing their cost. They have the unit right there, and you can kind of start to see and actually steal what these people are running. But when you have your initial client, the key is to switch away from this immediately as possible. Because when you're copying other people, you'll be able to get okay results and you'll learn Facebook, but you're never going to actually keep clients as long as I do. And your clients aren't going to be too happy either. It'll do good enough for you to get the ball rolling and give you confidence knowing that these ads are actually going to work because they're already proven. However, after you continue doing this for your niche, you're going to ask your clients for custom photos. You're going to test little different variations of the primary text and the headline. And then from there, you'll be able to further do really, really great for your clients. And that's how you're going to be able to get them amazing results. But I hope that did help you guys out. I tried to put everything in there that I wish I knew when I was first starting out. Obviously, Facebook is slightly more complicated than this, but anything that is complicated, you're not really going to need to know until you have at least 10 clients with your agency. And by that point, you guys will already be in the courses or have friends who also run agencies who can help you out there. This is everything you guys need to get off the ground to sign your first client and actually get them good enough results to justify them paying you, 1,000, 2,000. Even I have clients paying me $6,000 a month at this point. With that being said, if you do want help with the onboarding or that privacy policy template that I was talking about, go ahead and shoot me a DM on Instagram at WifiLevi. Also, I did just launch a very, very small paid section of the Discord. A lot of you guys were asking for that. I just realized I did an awful job of explaining that. Essentially, what Levi's group is it is an accountability group of all the boys who are just locked in grinding. I'll put some wins up on the screen as I talk about it right now, but essentially we got accountability calls every single day to make sure you guys are actually doing the needle moving activities to make you more money. There's obviously course resources in there as well, but the main part is just being in a community of people who are actually locked in. And then, yeah, you get more access to me as well. We have calls every week with me and other high level entrepreneurs who are helping you guys out. So if that sounds interesting, go ahead and DM me on Instagram. I'll go ahead and, shoot you the application.